Welcome to the first episode of No Need to Scroll. The idea of this kind of podcast is that it's everything that you missed when you were too busy to doom scroll through social media, because I wasn't. I mean, do I have a lot going on? Sure, but you know, Twitter, TikTok, I find the time. Today, I am so lucky to have a beautiful friend with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to be doing this, especially for the first episode. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
I'm Naya. I am in class with Turner, and we've known each other for like a year and a half? A year?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Known very well, obviously.
Yes, we're super, super close. Everyone would say like, oh, Naya and Turner, like they're inseparable. Like you'll never see one without the other.
Two peas in a pod.
Totally.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like in that math class where we didn't talk to each other,
Yeah.
we pretty much were the besties in the moment.
No, yeah, I agree. It was really, really good for the culture as well.
For the culture.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
I know.
Naya, I'm curious, how's your week been?
My week's been good. Honestly, it's been so busy. But like you said, like literally like you said, like we've been so busy, but then like I still find the time to stay up in my bed for 3 hours, like just switching between all of my social media apps over and over again.
No, I feel you. It's like, am I working 5 jobs? Sure, but I absolutely can find the time to watch 30 commentary videos
Right.
on YouTube because it's a necessity.
And then like read every single comment as well.
Well, because if you're not seeing every single comment, you're not going to understand that one niche perspective that's going to make
Exactly.
you feel that way, because then that means you're different.
Right. And then I giggle a little bit and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I did that. Like just because I had to scroll through like 700 comments and like sub comments, like I'm glad I made it here.
Purr. No, that's very much my tea. I mean, I feel like lately I've been pulling up just telling myself that I'm the funniest person I know, and then
Yes.
laughing about it, which is even worse. But like, if you just tell yourself it, it's true.
No, I also tell other people that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Turner is the funniest person
Like,
I know.
okay. No. I meant myself.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. Like my biggest thing, I'm like, I don't think I'll ever meet someone who will make me laugh harder than I can make myself laugh.
Well, and rightfully so. The
agree.
concept that you shouldn't find yourself to be funny is so stupid,
So
because
dumb.
humor's the most subjective thing.
I agree.
So, like, obviously what you find funny is going to be the funniest to you.
To you. Right. And then when you do find someone else with the same humor, it's like, oh my goodness. Like I'm still funnier, but like this is so awesome. You know?
Absolutely. No, I feel you out. Ooh.
Oh my
God.
Oh my
Are we
God.
doing this?
Wait.
Right now?
With the cameras?
With the cameras. Stop. Speaking of cameras, we don't have cameras for this first episode, but
not.
possibly in the future. We'll see about that. I know you're also sad. You wanted to see Naya's gorgeousness and me being even hotter than her.
Exactly.
But unfortunately for today, that's just not going to happen. Maybe in the future.
Yeah. Next time. I'm like, literally like, you know how they say like if you actually saw God or like Jesus, it would like blind you and kill you. Like that's how I feel right now sitting across from you.
Oh, yeah, I believe you.
It's really amazing.
Blinded by the light.
Yes.
Revved up like I don't know what the next lyric is, but...
I'm just thinking of Lana Del Rey, Let the Light In. So I don't know.
Oh,
We're on
she's a
different
Lana
pages
girly.
with
I feel
that.
you. That's actually really cute.
Right?
If we want to maybe do our first segment,
Yeah, I'm excited.
it is called...
She's with who?
This is all about celebrity breakups, relationships, that kind of thing. I consider it the who's with who of who's who, if you're hearing me out. Right? You like what I did
Scandy.
there?
I love that.
You like
That
what I
was
did
good.
there?
That was
I thought that
good.
was good. That was cute. So, we have a lovely story that's been trending online. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner broke up. Have you heard about this one?
I did hear about this briefly.
Yeah, for
Briefly.
anyone who does not know, Joe Jonas of Jonas Brothers fame, of course, and Sophie Turner, she was in like Dark Phoenix, she was in Game of Thrones. She's that really pretty, really tall ginger lady. They're like pretty much icon moments. But yeah, they were together for like several years. They've had
I was
kids
going to
now.
say, because they were married and with children.
Yeah, no, they were people's like favorite couple.
Okay, yeah.
Like they mattered to the internet, and then there's rumors that they're breaking up, and then it gets messy real quick. So Yahoo Entertainment was saying, I know Yahoo Entertainment,
Love, my favorite source.
researching Yahoo Entertainment, like this is the one.
No, that's
guys.
good. That's good.
The popular through line in these stories was that the Game of Thrones actress was painted as a bad mom, while Jonas was labeled as the responsible parent, as Glamour put it. Many saw through the ploy. Now, if you're going to tell me a really likable, pretty woman is being painted as a bad woman, or a bad parent, mind you, online, and Joe Jonas, what do you even say about Joe Jonas?
I was just going to say, I feel like he's such a, like, you never heard anything that was like, he's perfect, but you also never heard, like, I don't think he went through a really, correct me if I'm wrong, like, I don't think he went through a phase that was like, oh my God, he's like going off the rails.
No,
you know what I mean?
He's just always kind of been there. I mean, he's most famous for, like, being with brothers and for having dated other celebrities.
No, exactly.
Like,
so there's no note, like, I don't think I've ever seen a news title that's like just Joe Jonas. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, no, he's not the most notable.
He's not
man
a
in the world.
standalone character.
I would say a couple years ago, his most significant moment was probably having, like, ended a relationship with Taylor Swift over a phone call. Like, not the most crazy headlines here.
Right.
So people were questioning this. The thought process was that it was like a PR thing of like his own sources just pushing this stuff out,
The
kind of like
narrative.
gossip.
Before hers can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were trying to rewrite that narrative before she can actually say anything.
Yeah.
So you know what she did about it? She didn't say a damn word.
Okay.
Literally, like, this entire week, there was
radio
this whole
silence.
controversy. Yep. And she didn't say a thing.
Right.
Mind you, these sources keep being like, well, Joe Jonas is a great guy and he's being a great dad, and Sophie's staying home too much. It's depressing. And it's like, what?
With her kids? Like, what do you...
They were like, after Sophie had the second kid, she didn't go out and do anything. Okay.
Also, like, first of all, maybe she was just being a full-time mom.
Yeah.
And
or consider.
postpartum depression.
I was just going to say, have we heard of postpartum?
Thank you. No, that is literally such a big thing. And like, oh, that's so disgusting because I keep thinking that like people are going to get better about that stuff. But like, that's like a really big thing.
No, you would hope people would get better about
Right.
it.
And like also.
They don't.
Right. And if that's not, maybe if she did go through that, like she doesn't need to share that if she doesn't want to.
No, that is
Like,
not the world's business. That is not anyone's
No.
business. So, like, why are we airing that out?
Right.
So, as all of these rumors are spiraling, stuff keeps coming out from, assumingly, like, Joe Jonas is like PR.
People.
And Sophie Turner is saying zero, zilch. People online start like dragging Joe, and it is kind of messy, probably, but it's funny. It's funny.
It is. I'm sorry.
It is, and that's just the fact.
I'm going to laugh.
No, and as you should.
I will.
And you
That's what the media's there for.
Absolutely.
You know, like, let me have my fun.
Yeah. Well, okay. And then, so as Sophie was silent this entire week about it, Joe had a concert, you know, with his brothers on his tour or whatever.
Naturally.
And Joe spoke out and he was all like, if you don't hear it from these lips, don't trust it.
Wait, he said that at the concert?
Yeah.
You're lying.
He was like, there's been a lot of coverage this week, and I just want you guys to know if it's not coming from these lips, you shouldn't trust it. And it's like, Joe.
Also, he's drawing more attention to it by saying that.
Literally, and that's what makes me think this is a narrative created by him.
Right.
It just feels like Sophie's like, I don't want to deal with this guy
No,
right now.
I feel like literally she's like, it's just not worth it. Like,
Yeah, let me move on with my divorce in peace. Thank
no,
you very
literally.
much.
And I feel like if it really was that, like, I don't know. I think that just shows a maturity level too.
Oh, big.
She's like, I have
time.
kids to take care of. Like, I don't have time for this, you know? And herself. Because obviously, if they say like, oh, she had her second kid and then this and this and this happened, I feel like obviously something is going on to where there's a reason. Like, they're like, oh, she changed so much. Let the woman live. There's probably a reason that we don't know about. Like,
No, and you're entirely right. Like, it's just, at a certain point, it's like, when are we just, I don't know. I don't want to say it is blatant sexism, but when you come down to it, a lot of the time it's just like mom shaming, woman shaming.
Yep.
Because if she's not taking good enough care of the kids, then she's a bad mom and she's a bad woman. But if she's not like going out being a celebrity and living her life, then she's just this like stowaway spinster. Like,
right. And
that's icky.
you know what's crazy
right?
too is like, they're like, oh, she doesn't go out, she doesn't do this. If she did go out and if she was going out being a celebrity and doing all these things, they
would
would
be
still
shamed
say
for
she's a
it.
bad mom. Oh, she's never at the
Literally.
house. She's always doing this. So it's like really like, I think that there's such a,
Double standard.
yes, there's such a double standard. And in this situation, it's very easy for Hollywood to villainize women, I think.
Oh,
in a certain way,
entirely.
especially when they have kids. I've noticed that a lot. Like Hollywood loves to call people bad moms.
Big
It's their
time.
favorite.
Well, and sometimes it's entertaining. I mean, I do love a good Dance Moms episode. But
Oh my god. Okay, that's
sorry, that's a whole other
that's a whole.
tangent.
I could get into that.
If
and
we open the Dance Moms,
I
can
will
of
not.
worms.
It will never go back in. So I
No.
can't. Yeah, I need to like cut myself off.
And I mean, why should it? But,
Right.
You know,
Still.
a little burp. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
That was so beautiful. Thank
you.
Even his burps are pretty. Stop.
I love
it.
being perfect. Anyway, so after all this, they had a joint social media statement saying there are many speculative narratives as to why, but truly, this is a united decision, and we sincerely hope that everyone can respect our wishes for privacy for us and our children.
Okay.
Opinions?
So where was that posted? Like, was it on their social? Did they both? post
Yeah,
it, on
it
their
was like
social
on their
media?
social medias together.
You know what like makes me sick
Mm-hmm.
is that if Joe Jonas's people really were the ones pushing that narrative, and then he comes out with that, like imagine being Hermie, like dude, can you not like,
Literally,
you know,
she's
because
like,
if
"Ugh."
that is this, she knows if that's going on, like she knows it's him.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And then having to be like, dude, can we just like, can you not do this?
Yeah, no, that's entirely the lawyers playing this game. You
No,
know, putting these
totally.
two together,
And,
like,
like-
okay, we gotta just get through this.
We've seen that a million times too. When it comes out, like
Mm-hmm.
his people are doing everything they can, and then it's like 2 weeks later, it's like, okay, this isn't really working for
no.
us.
Yeah, I mean,
Because then if Joe Jonas is getting shit on and dragged, like
yeah,
obviously he's like, this isn't working. Like, let's come out together and say this, you know?
yeah. No, it's just messy. Well, speaking of messy, a
Ooh.
lovely little segue. Our next segment is That's Messy. This is all about scandals, apologies, public mess ups all around.
My favorites.
Now, I'm not sure if you can consider it a scandal, but I'd like to because I think it's funny. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell freezing at more press events. Now, the first one happened back in like July.
I was going to say that was a while ago.
Yeah, but then August 30th, so here a couple weeks ago, it happened again, obviously, because why wouldn't it? Yeah, because this old man who's been rapidly thinning and looking more gaunt, who has very hateful views, and who probably grew up in the days of like consuming lead every day.
He has asbestos.
And he's growing it currently in his brain. There's a thick layer
Literally,
over
of
top
like,
of that.
yeah.
And that's a man that is making laws in our Senate. Woo! So the BBC said that he paused for more than 30 seconds when asked whether he would run for re-election in 2026. His aides attempted to prompt the senator, but it took several more seconds for Mr. McConnell to recover. He then answered 2 more questions, which had to be repeated by staff. He made no comments about his health before leaving with aides. Now, if you've watched this video, it's joint parts hilarious and really sad.
Concerning. It's like, oh, but I hate him, so I'm like, I don't care. But
He's
like,
such a hateful human being, so I find a hard time caring about the fact that he's like decaying in front of us.
1 foot in the grave.
Yeah, but it's like, if this is how it is, why are you still here?
Why would you want to spend the last, like, let's
No.
hypothetically he is in bad health, which, oh my God.
Yeah, allegedly.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe
Dude.
don't run for office in 2026.
Yeah, dude.
Like, you might not.
And you might not. No,
You
but it's
just might not. I mean, let's just spend
let's
time
be
with your
real
family.
here.
Like,
spend time with your family. Make the last few moments special.
literally, make a
Like,
will. Like, this is not what you should be doing right now.
No, it's terrifying because you're watching this video of somebody who's like controlling our laws and who has a real impact on how the world is being shaped. And he's standing there like face entirely frozen, staring off into absolutely nowhere, not a thought behind his eyes.
Oh, no. No, not one.
And these aides that are coming to him are just like,
Please.
Mitch, Mr. McConnell, do you need a sec? Are you okay? Are you okay?
You would think he
get
was
the
on
question?
ketamine.
Literally ketamine, but like Dude.
He was literally in a K-hole while he was doing that.
And I'm thrilled for him. But,
But, like-
get out of
but, like-
office. Get out.
Like, what you do is none of my business, but don't do it in my government. Like, don't do it in office, please.
No.
Please, please, please.
Go back home and be hateful.
Right.
Go back to your little Kentucky ranch and be hateful.
Right, with
Not
your
the
little-
Senate.
With your little people who probably think the exact same things as you and have, like, you know, have a time, but leave us out of it. Please, I'm begging you, leave us out of it.
Please.
I'm sick of it.
So after the freezing incident in July, U.S. media reported that Mr. McConnell has endured at least 3 other falls since February. This man cannot keep himself alive. And we're like, what if he writes laws?
You know what? Okay, this is. Have you seen the movie Anastasia?
I have not. Give me.
Have you seen the movie The Emperor's New Groove?
No, I know about it.
Are you kidding me?
I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to reference old people in
okay.
Disney movies that are literally falling apart.
Make the references. I'll process them anyway.
Okay, so basically, there's this movie Anastasia. It's like a princess movie.
Of course. I know what
like,
based off of.
the
yeah.
real ones. Yeah, it's based off
like the Bolshevik
Yes,
overthrow
yes,
and
yes, yes.
everything.
And there's this one guy in it that's literally like actually decaying. Like his eyeballs are falling out. Like his hands are falling off. You see bones.
Okay.
And like all I can think is like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's him.
Oh, it seems we're getting a reference.
I'm trying so hard to pull up this photo. Yes, I got it.
Okay.
No,
let
this
me-
is literally, you're going to see this and you're going to be like, that's actually just a real photo of Mitch McConnell. Like,
At
I don't
home,
see
I'm sorry
any-
if you're doing laundry. I'm gonna need you to look up this.
No, yeah.
What
Okay.
is this man's name?
I looked up Anastasia villain because I forgot his name. I think it's something super Russian.
That's funny because in real life he's a villain too.
I know.
Mitch McConnell.
I know. They literally are the same. But basically, like, he's literally, his face is
Oh
concave.
my.
And, like,
Wow.
his hands, like, fall off and his teeth fall out. His skin, like, melts off of his body.
Okay, and why are you ragging on a skinny legend? Let him live.
You're right. I'm sorry. But, no, he's, yeah. And then he dies at the end of the movie. So.
We'll see if that's how this
I-
movie
I-
goes. I think I've seen this film before, to quote Miss Taylor. I didn't like the ending, but this time I might.
I swear. Okay.
Oh.
Nope.
Sorry, that's not PC. I shouldn't have said that. I do not wish death upon Mitch McConnell. Wink, wink. Huh? Ugh.
You guys.
Mitch McConnell,
Yeah.
81 years old. 81 years old. He is in Senate at 81 years old.
Wait, how old is Sleepy Joe? He's in his 70s, right?
Sleepy Joe. I want to say he's like 76.
So why does Miss Grand Old Party have such an issue with that?
That is, he's 80. He's 80.
And how old is Mitch? 81.
Yeah, but I'd
Okay,
say
but
Joe
like-
Biden's holding his age a little bit better.
And like no one talks about. I feel like Republicans aren't like super focused on like Mitch McConnell's so old he needs to get out of office. But then that's their first dig.
Yeah, mind you, Trump's 77. He's got a solid 3 years on a difference.
Right.
Like, I'm thrilled for him, but it's not.
I'm not. That one I'm not.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I can't pretend.
No, you're right there. You're right.
I'm so glad I didn't know like if I was supposed to be really neutral on this or if we were gonna. So this, this feels good.
No.
Yeah.
Neutrality's for losers.
I agree. Neutrality is for people who are okay with being stagnant.
Ooh. Yeah, no, we gotta go somewhere.
Right. That's
we
what I'm
gotta
saying.
go somewhere. We can't
Like,
just sit
have an
in the
opinion.
water.
Come on. Be fun.
Have an opinion is my mantra at this point because
Yes.
I'm sick of boring people.
Oh my God.
I can't do borings.
Like literally, I've gotten to a point where like, there will be moments I'm having a conversation with my friends and
just
I'll just
walk
go,
away.
I will literally, no, I'll go, I'm bored. And then just exit the conversation. I'm like, I can't do this.
No, because when I reach that point in a conversation, I just start saying things that are so absurd with no grounding because I just need something to happen.
Yes.
At the very least, I need somebody to disagree with me.
Yeah,
Because I'm just sick of like, wow, that was a lot of ketchup.
Yeah, my brain needs stimulation. Maybe that's what someone should have done at that conference with Mitch McConnell. Just like yelled something out that was so absurd, he absolutely had to bring his attention to it.
They just start playing like ASMR in his in-ears.
No,
He's like,
literally.
What is happening?
Like one of his aides comes up to him and just starts playing like a live TikTok ASMR.
They put Coco Melon in front of him. Coco Melon.
Have you seen that thing where like dogs love Bluey?
Oh
Like,
my
They
God.
just put Bluey in front of his face and he's like, yes, I do. Like he literally just like immediately.
Mitch McConnell perks up. He loses 30 years from his, like, he just goes beautiful.
Yep.
He's like young silver fox.
It's like Tangled. I'm sorry, I can't stop referencing Disney movies.
No, hey, you have to live
Tell
your
me
truth.
you've seen
and if you're
Tangled.
becoming, I've seen a bit of. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I don't
literally
watch-
to everyone listening right now, because I'm really emotional about this. I don't know how this works. If there's comments, whatever, you guys need to give feedback. And yeah, sure, like make the comments like 30% about how awesome the podcast is, but the other 70%, everybody just drag him until he watches every movie on Disney Plus.
Drag me.
Just
no,
yeah.
and I should marathon.
Please.
You wanna have a movie marathon sometime?
Yes, please,
I
because I'm so. And then next time I come back on, we can discuss because that
we
is
can reconvene.
literally because that's actually ridiculous.
It's terrifying.
So I'm done with my movie references.
Okay.
About Mitch McConnell.
I mean, if you need to, but
I probably will.
I just, Mitch McConnell is scaring me. Man, this is the second time in just over a month he's gone like full freeze, been taken away by AIDS, which that's such a funny sentence. I'm sorry.
The first time you said it, I was
AIDS
like,
with
oh my
E.
God, he's
AIDS
riddled with
E.
AIDS.
He's riddled with AIDS.
That's probably why.
Mitch McConnell, 80s gay icon, riddled with AIDS.
You heard it here first.
And I will die on that hill. I mean, it's more likely his gig, but
Yeah.
Anyway,
he will die on that hill.
He will die on a hill, Capitol Hill. Thank you very much. So, no, but
He would too, because he's not leaving.
No,
He's not leaving.
He's gonna pull a Ruth Bader
Ginsburg.
Ginsburg. Ruth Gator. No,
Ruth Gator Binsburg.
Ruth. I mean, it's true.
It is. It is.
No, but okay. My question is like, do you think? Because people have been saying like there's an age like minimum to being in Congress. Do you think there should be like an age
maximum
limit in Congress?
Ooh, that's an interesting, because there is an age. Okay.
Well, because there's like
That's a good question.
you know, okay. So in like the bell curve of your like sanity and your health,
Yeah.
there is in fact a decline at some point. Because
Oh my
as you get
God.
older, you're not always going to be in better health.
No.
So at a certain point, if people's mental state is deteriorating and they can't always physically respond to a question because they're
Right.
freezing up and they can't always walk themselves away because they're decaying.
Right.
Might I ask, should they not be allowed to represent us in law and create our future? Should
agree.
we have people creating our future that will be there
For
when
the future they're creating. Yeah, literally.
Does the future matter, perhaps?
At all to them. And like, okay, this actually okay, so there's this one thing, a state senator.
Okay.
I don't remember where she's from, so I'm not even going to say it.
Oh, is it like the
because-
90-year-old one?
No.
Okay,
This is like, okay, so basically a state senator is currently trying to pass a bill where elderly people, I think it's above the age, like 70 and older,
Okay.
should be required to retake their driver's test every 3 years. So if we don't trust someone to just like drive a vehicle, something that they've known how to do forever,
No, but
without
that's so
retesting
fair.
them all the time, why the hell are they making our laws?
Why are
with
they
no
making
check-ins?
their laws? It's
like think about. I was
scary.
just thinking about that. I'm like, oh my God, like how long have you been driving? Longer than you've been in office, but you're gonna have to get tested to do that again because they think you can't.
Yeah, it's a little bit terrifying. Also, I did look it up. So
Was I right?
Oh, well, not that part. Sorry. I looked up what I was talking about because I matter more than
Okay,
oh,
I
wait,
agree.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
It's your gig. It's your gig.
Yeah, it's my gig. No, but you were making good points. But Miss Dianne Feinstein of California, she is a solid 90 years old.
Oh my God.
As you can see
my-
here, as I've shown Naya, she is an old woman.
Yeah, look that up, but not if it's dark because you might get scared.
Ooga booga. Diane. Like, she's a little bit of an intimidating lady for being so old and tiny. Like, it's at the point where there's like power of attorney questions with her daughter.
Oh my God.
Like, it's getting messy and it's like, ma'am, give up the gig.
Like,
it's not.
I don't get it. Like, I just don't.
Sincerely, it's...
I don't want to work that long. I'm going to retire by the time I'm like 50 if all
Not
goes
the public
well.
eye.
Are you kidding?
Let me be.
And like also like I just want to be like pretty forever. I don't need to like
Pretty.
I don't want to be decaying
Yeah,
at the age of
second we see a
90.
wrinkle, it's over.
I get Botox on my forehead.
Ooh. Just wear a plastic bag every day. Oh, I meant paper bag. Wearing a plastic
Oh
bag
my
would be
God, you
problematic.
guys,
Suffocate.
if I go missing
Then I did it.
It was Turner, and he just admitted it live. So don't get any plastic bags near this kid, please.
Open and honest communication is so important. If you're gonna murder somebody, tell all your friends. Thank you. This has been a public service announcement by me, Turner J.
That actually is a good idea because then more people would report it. So maybe that's actually really smart. I think you might have just saved a lot of lives.
I love being amazing.
Yes.
I'm the best person ever.
I thought you were about to say I love being a man. I was like,
I love being a man. I can get away with murder. Wait. Well, honestly, as long as it's on like a woman, I'm probably cool. But
no, yeah, you're chilling if it's that.
snaps all around. That's lovely. Small tangent.
Yeah.
I've said Turner J. Whitstruck. My dad had the nerve to name me Turner James because he wanted to call me TJ. He wanted to call myself TJ. You know where the name Turner comes from?
What?
An old Nebraska quarterback, Turner Gill. He named me after a quarterback and wanted to call me TJ. I know.
That's the best thing I've heard all
That's
day.
harassment is what it is.
And it's amazing. Did he try? Like, did he try to start calling you TJ in your early life?
No. I think I popped out of the womb and
you
he
were
said,
like,
it's not going to work. I'll give up the gig.
You literally popped out and went, shh, 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 shh. No.
It's Turner.
It's Turner. Thank you.
It's Turner. And I
Literally-
eat and I give every day.
Yes, as Turner.
Why are you gagging so? You bring it to the pool every time. Thank you. Thank you.
She knows.
She knows her reference.
She does. Oh my God. You know what we're giving right now? We're giving Katya and Trixie. Ooh.
Now, I watched
That's
a
the
little
goal.
bit too much Drag Race content. To
See, so that you do know. So I need to start referencing that instead of Disney.
Yeah, if you just reference queer culture.
Okay, got it.
Dude, I mean, I've been watching hella Drag Race. Oh, I keep almost burping again. You want to hear that?
It just made your voice really. It was kind of like a voice effect.
Voice modulation is actually my next gig here. So
Okay.
if this whole podcast sham kind of falls.
Sham.
You mean nothing to me. No, can you imagine? Oh my God.
See, like, I feel like you could never get canceled because you. When you say everything so openly, you can't get canceled for anything. It's not a secret.
That's why we love Trisha.
Yeah, people try to. I'm like, you won't be able to. She's not leaving the internet.
No, she's not going to.
She never will, and she's gonna continue because she's very open. Like, I'm not saying anything she said is correct, but I'm just saying you can't cancel someone that doesn't care.
No. Well, and the thing is, I think she does care. I just think she has a 50-50 rate of like doing it for attention and just seriously being ignorant on the subject.
Yes.
So it's like she'll learn, she'll make herself aware of this, and then she'll apologize,
then a new thing.
and then a new problem arises.
Like, she usually doesn't get problematic about the same thing twice.
No,
because she can. She's able to learn and grow, and then you're so right. It's like a different thing, and then it's like, oh.
And I will say, all of her little like racism allegations, I mean, those were like a decade and a half ago.
Yeah.
And she found those issues and she apologized.
I haven't seen her inappropriately dressed since then.
No, I mean, there's the King Tut one, but I mean, that's like a Party City costume. I don't super blame her there.
Yeah.
The King
Maybe
Tut
that's a company
song
issue
existed.
as well.
Yeah. I mean, she's kind of to blame.
I was just gonna say, I feel like I'm totally like
we're
literally being. They're gonna be like they're Trisha apologists.
What's that? And I'll make a shirt out of that. Do you remember those? Did you ever see those shirts that like the Glee cast wore on the tours, where it's like they'd have like some piece of them on it?
Some piece of them.
Well, okay. Like, I don't even know how to explain this. So I think like, I don't even know. Like, Naira Rivera's character would say like, Hispanic on it or something. I think Diana Agron's shirt said likes girls, which is a whole big controversy because there's like gay allegations, but we won't get into that. Sorry, not everything's gay, I'm aware. But
Yes,
it's just, everything is gay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel validated.
Good.
But
I agree.
so messy. I don't even know where we went. I don't know where
We
I
were
was
talking
at.
about Mitch McConnell literally
We were talking
decaying,
about
and now we're
Trisha.
like, everything is gay.
No, and everything is gay. You know what else is gay?
Is this your segue?
Not Zach Bryan. He sings country.
Is that?
Okay, so Zach Bryan was arrested a week ago.
You sure was.
And so it's just so funny to me. This whole thing is so stupid. So paraphrasing the Tennessean, it was for an obstruction of evidence. He was arrested for obstruction of evidence. The report said Brian pulled up next to a security guard.
Brian.
Brian, you say their last name.
I'm an idiot.
I'm a journalism kid.
so
Naya.
I'm a broadcast girly.
Oh.
And sports media.
Sports media. Sorry. I'm broadcasting at PR.
Okay, I actually don't have an excuse. I think I was just being stupid.
Would you like to apologize
Yeah.
to listeners?
You guys, I'm really sorry, and that's not me, and that's not who I want to portray myself as.
Yeah.
Was that good?
First YouTuber apology.
Okay, thank you.
ate
Okay,
that
so
up.
anyways, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. He pulled up next to a security guard because there was a routine traffic stop for his security guard when they were on the road, you know? Mm-hmm. And Mr. Zach Bryan pulled up and was like, "Hey, state trooper, why is this taking so long? It's been 15 minutes. What are you doing with this random stop?"
Yeah, he was smoking a cigarette, waiting for him to be
Literally,
done.
he
I'm not
was
joking.
like, "I'm getting annoyed." Well, he got out of the car to smoke a cigarette,
Right.
And then the officer was like, "Get back in your car. I'm gonna take you to jail." So,
What?
yeah, the trooper asked Brian to get back into his pickup truck and move along, or he'd take him to jail for interfering with the traffic stop. Then Mr. Zach Bryan said, "I'll go to jail. Let's do it."
He said, "Sounds like a party."
Party. Brian told the trooper, according to the arrest affidavit. I shouldn't have
Affidavit?
wrote down that.
Was that it?
Yay!
Oh my
I think
God.
so.
I just redeemed myself.
Okay. Wow, you really hit me up with that one.
There you go. Affidavit.
David.
Affidavit.
Mr. Dobrik?
Mm-hmm.
You learn a new thing every day. Mm-hmm. Affidavit Dobrik. Anyway, Brian was placed under arrest, and while arguing with the trooper, he made several disparaging remarks about law enforcement, calling officers middle-aged white dudes arresting people. Now, where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
Oh my God. You can't arrest someone for just telling the truth. Come on.
Oh, no. Officers are predominantly white and just arrest people out of power. Crazy.
Oh my God, we're all so shocked. And you know what? That alone, that he literally got arrested for that. You just proved his point.
Yeah. It's someone's "You're being mean to me," and they're like, "Well, you're ugly."
Right.
Wow.
So you
really did that one.
Yeah.
Wow,
Exactly.
you really policed that car.
Right. It makes no sense.
It's so messy.
It doesn't make sense to me. No, it actually doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, you were gonna try to explain it
Well,
away.
the only reason they took him to jail was essentially for talking back.
Literally.
Because I don't think there's anything wrong with his friend got pulled over. He was waiting for him. They were going to watch a Ravens game or something.
I think so. Yeah.
And literally, he's waiting for his security guard. He can't leave without him.
No.
Like,
So he's like, "Hey, can I just ask why this is such a thing?"
right.
And then he's like, "Get back in your car. I'm gonna take you to the station."
Right.
Really?
And to escalate to that so quick.
Yeah,
You're just
no.
on a power trip.
Entirely. Well, and that's exactly what he was calling out. You're acting like this because it's in your brain that you get to, not because you think you're serving the law.
Yes.
So Brian said that he mouthed off plenty more throughout this, which he kind of dug his own grave.
He's in
there,
his
but-
sassy boy era.
Yeah, and we live for it.
I'm so here for it.
A little sass, a little straight man sass.
It's my favorite.
It's intriguing.
Until they do it to me.
Oh, well, and then we're pulling out the fist.
Yeah. And I'm like, sit your ass down.
Yeah, I never call for violence, but I do. So.
I never call for violence except for
when I
always.
do. Yeah, except for every day when I'm like, we should go attack that person.
Yes.
Well, okay, and Mr. Zach Bryan, as I keep referring to him, did say that he was frustrated because the previous day he was pulled over and got into it with a different officer about giving him his address.
Yes,
'Cause
I
the
remember
officer-
that.
Yeah, the officer was like,
2 days
you
in
need
a
to give
row.
me your address.
Why?
And yeah, Mr. Zach Bryan, he was like, legally, do I need to do that? Because I'm a famous singer and I don't feel comfortable just giving out my address. I
That's
don't care if you're an
completely
officer.
fair.
I've had plenty of reason to believe that officers aren't always trustworthy,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd really like to know if I've got to do that. But yeah, so he said that he didn't help his situation at all. He felt like a child for it. And he tried apologizing, but don't
For what?
do it.
Don't do it, girl. Don't do it.
No, because it's homie, you didn't do anything.
I feel like the apology was literally just I'd rather not be in jail.
Yeah.
So I need to say sorry.
Literally.
Like-
No, and it's just so frustrating because it's he's saying, hey, there's an issue here for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make something happen about that? He gets pretty much bullied because of it by this cop.
Yes.
And then he's like, I don't have the patience to deal with this. Fine. I'm going to bite the bait.
Right.
And then he got punished for it, which, yes, is that technically his fault? Absolutely. But to the same point, it's like, cops.
Come on.
Come on.
Like, really?
There are things said about policemen that I may or may not agree with.
Literally. And like even with the first thing that he got arrested, or no, he wasn't arrested for that, but he was harassed a little, right? The address thing?
The first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
So he was on thin ice.
I've been pulled over, I think twice.
Okay.
Never have I been asked about what my address is. I don't think that I don't know what you could. And he said it was for speeding. That's why he got pulled over for the when he was asked about his address.
Mm-hmm.
Never have I ever been asked what my address is, because both times I got pulled over, it was for speeding. By the way, I didn't get a ticket. I got a warning because I'm pretty and smart and cool and
Pretty
awesome.
privilege. I got. Pulled
I
over
did
for the
cry
first
the
time.
entire time.
My first thing ever on my track record was one getting pulled over, and it was like about to storm, and it was dark outside, and I was going home.
And he was just scared.
And I was scared. And I was like, officer, I'm driving 45 minutes to Omaha. Please let me out. And he was like, here's a $250 ticket. And I was like, okay, cute. Now, was I going 109 and a 75? Maybe. But that's not
That's not the
business.
point.
And
That's literally not the point.
That's not the point. I had a good reason.
Literally, like what? And like,
I'm just a boy.
like I was just trying to like not be late to school.
Yeah, I was just trying to go to my appreciate policeman class.
Yeah.
I was trying to go to
Oh, really?
Love to Pigs 101. You
Keep
know?
going, sir.
Oh, yeah. No, he really pulled the patch on that one. He really found the nerve, and I do take nerve.
It does.
In keeping with celebrities doing things they probably shouldn't have,
Maybe.
Drew Barrymore has made an issue, which hurts because Drew Barrymore is
I love
well
her.
loved.
It makes
She's a
me so
sweetheart.
sad.
But for a little background info, the WGA, or Writers Guild of America, has been going on a strike since like May, because all of these streaming services are like making bank. Oop, little burpee. Did you like that?
Like, what's the burp count? 3?
Probably 3 today.
Okay.
So, sorry, today in the last hour. If you guys don't know, I have a stomach issue, so I just be burping and burping. And if you're not okay with that, you're going to have to leave my pot. Just kidding.
Please stay.
We accept everybody here. And by everybody, I mean absolutely anybody that will come join. Anyway, so it's messy because this strike has been going on since May. Like, they are in the thick
We
of
all know about it.
Yeah.
Like,
because these writers aren't being paid like anything for all of the money their work is making off of these streaming services, because they're being made somewhere and then sold elsewhere. There is no, it'll go on TV and you'll get your back pay over time. It's just up there and then they're told to screw off, you know?
right.
And while that's not fair at all, that's not what this controversy is about. It's about the fact that Drew Barrymore, she decided that she was going to resume her show, WGA struck show, which means she should not be airing it because it could put this strike and these writers and all of these people's paychecks in a lot of jeopardy.
Yeah.
She decided, I'm just going to put my show back up. And that's not really something you can do as a member of the WGA.
Yeah.
When you're in the union, when you're in that guild, you stick to their rules.
Right.
And that's not like a
She's not being a girl's girl.
authoritarian- No. She's going against her own writers. I mean, for context, her own writers are now striking outside of her studio. Like, literally with signs being like, Drew's WGA writers. Like, hey, we're all in this together. We are all fighting for livable wages.
Yeah.
This union, the entire point is to make sure that we can pay our bills, that we're not being overworked, that we're not being, like, terribly taken advantage of. And she, somebody who's not in that position with so much more money than any of her writers, is saying, well, sorry that you're doing this, but I want to put the show back on.
Right. It's literally like, oh, that sucks. I'm going to keep doing what I want, though.
Absolutely. It's messy.
It's very self-serving. It's very messy, and it's not cute.
Self-serving, selfish, as much as... Fish. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not fishy.
It's not fishy.
It's not.
It's the opposite.
It's actually a huge strike violation is what it is. And
Yeah.
that's making...
It's actually... it's not fishy. It's a strike violation.
It's illegal.
It's a crime.
Crime. And it's making a lot of people mad online, rightfully so. On Tuesday, the National Book Foundation announced it would rescind her invitation, or the invitation to Barrymore, to host the National Book Awards.
Wow.
Because of this. I don't know if this is a big deal. I've never heard of the National Book
Well,
Awards.
no, but even if it's not a huge thing, it does mean that people are noticing and she's going to lose opportunities.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
it takes away her ethos.
seriously,
Her credibility as a good person, that's her brand.
and like the people, like, I don't know. I don't think I've met, literally. Okay.
saying that you are my heart. Thank you for going on that journey.
Thank you,
with
guys.
me.
Thank you. No, but like, I haven't met a single person that's like, oh, the Writers Guild sucks. Like,
Yeah,
let them
they're like, I
stay
hate
make.
unions.
I
where
haven't
people
heard-
can make more money.
Which means like, everyone is now. You've just pissed off the entire general public.
Oh, literally.
And all the people who work under you, and the only reason you're able to do what you do
Is because they're
because
working
of
for
the
you.
people you just pissed off and screwed out of money.
Yeah, it's cool to be talent. You know what isn't cool? Being talent with nobody behind you.
Yep.
I mean,
Because and no one likes you because the general public are the ones that are like. No one can relate to you having $1 million trillion and having all these shows and being. No one can relate to that. What people can relate to is people who are fighting to have livable wages and get paid for the work they're doing and be able to go home to their family. Like, that's what people relate to. So that's where their loyalty lies. They don't care what you've done anymore. Like.
and you make a really good point there because she's not some like Alex Jones crazy person where it doesn't matter if somebody does something bad because it's just something they've done
Right.
and that kind of fits their character. Drew Barrymore's entire brand is being a good human being. She may be filthy rich, but she feels relatable because she's sweet.
And
because she connects
humble.
with her guests. Because she's humble, yes.
And vulnerable
Yeah.
and like all of these things. And it's like, girl, that's why, like you said, like I hate to say, like it sucks.
her humanity is so much of what makes people like her. So when you take away that good person aesthetic and you reduce her back to a celebrity that is doing stuff for themselves,
No one's protecting you anymore.
no, you have just thrown away your public favor.
Yep.
This could tank her career. Will it? I guess we'll come to see.
Right.
But-
I actually am excited though to see what happens with this because that's a big deal.
entirely.
Like,
Yeah. Mind you, Barrymore didn't write it off as like, oh, I, hate the Writers Guild. Like, she's not stupid.
right.
She pretty much said like, hey, I'm doing this because I think it's good for people. I think she said she wanted to bring it back to provide what writers do so well, which is a way to bring us together or help us make sense of the human experience. Hey, do you think that your talk show is needed in a time of crisis? Do you think that you're the exception?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like with how you said, it's not like she was like, oh, like screw them, whatever. I don't think it was with malicious intent, but like I said, it was just self-serving. Like
It was.
It wasn't like you guys suck and I hate you and I don't support this. It was just I'm thinking about me right now and what I want to do. And I'm not necessarily going against anyone else, but I am going to play this to my favor.
Absolutely. And if she wanted to still create content, if it was really about bringing together people and making sense of the human experience, she could have made her own podcast.
Right.
In 5 seconds, she can have an entire studio built and whoever she wants in that door to talk about the human experience.
And it would have had millions of viewers and
Yeah.
a ton of money.
Almost as many as I do.
Like I don't think not quite.
Oh.
I think yours would surpass her by a lot. But
Yes.
she could almost get there
Yeah, she could almost
with
hit
time.
my level
With time
with a lot of time.
and hard work and money.
And less strike violations.
Yeah, literally.
Miss Barrymore.
You know who doesn't have a strike violation?
Me, Turner
Turner.
J. Whitstruck. TJ, if you're nasty, don't call me TJ.
TJ.
Don't call me TJ. Thank you very much. It's just messy. Ooh, and you know what the National Book Foundation said when they took away her, hosting of whatever that was?
What did they say?
They said, our commitment is to ensure that the focus of the awards remains on celebrating writers and books. They said, gotcha.
That is beautiful.
Like this strike
That's amazing.
is about the people that are paying your bills, that are helping you have artwork to perform.
Exactly.
You have writers for that show because I'm sorry to tell you, the Drew Barrymore show is not a news show. You can have the word news in front of it. You can sit there at a table acting like you're presenting hard-hitting media.
That doesn't
that's
make
not
it a
what you're doing.
necessity.
No.
Like,
You have a casual talk show where you bring on some actors and all that stuff. No.
right.
In the industry, they're calling it a scab, where you are a separatist of the union, you know? You're going against the rules. She scabbed.
She did.
And she scabbed.
She didn't slade. She scabbed.
There was no eating to be done. I see a scab.
A scab.
Scabarrymore, quite frankly. And that's not okay.
No Barrymore, bring back Drew. But, like,
Violation.
literally, you can't even after no one's gonna forget that. That's a big deal.
No. This
So
is...
literally, she can be like, "Oh, I take it back. I'm not gonna." It doesn't matter anymore.
No, she made
It doesn't
that
matter.
clear. She has to have a good damn reason as to why this all happened.
Unless someone had a gun to her head.
Which they did. It was me.
I
I'm sorry.
literally was just gonna say that's actually the exact position that I'm in now.
I may be holding Miss Naya captive, but it's fine. Guys, don't be concerned for her safety, okay?
Play this backwards, and you'll just hear "help me" over and over again. I think that sounded good.
I think that was really impressive.
Thank
You're
you.
good at this.
Thank you.
I have a lovely new segment to introduce, as if they're not all new to you.
Coming soon to a screen near you.
Now, these are movies, these are games, these are shows, these can be products
Ooh.
that are going to be recently released, that have been recently released, that will be released soon.
Okay.
They are about to or have recently entered our cultural zeitgeist, and they're popping off, okay? So, as of, I believe, a week ago, Miss Olivia Rodrigo released her new album titled Guts.
Yes, she did.
Have you heard?
I have.
You have?
Yes.
I have not.
Did you? Oh my God, I love it.
Be my authority here.
Have you? It's really, really good. Have you
Okay.
seen her VMAs performance?
So I watched a little bit of it, and apparently people are not understanding.
Did you? Okay.
Explain to the children.
Okay, so children, gather around. So basically in her music video, honestly, okay, it does make sense that people are confused because in order to understand the VMAs performance, you would have had to see the music video. And I'm sorry, but these are a bunch of A-list celebrities. I don't know if they're sitting around watching an Olivia Rodrigo music video. That almost made it better though, because there was a lot of confusion. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but basically at her VMAs performance, there's a reference to her music video where everything towards the bridge and the end just kind of starts to fall apart.
The stage just is a mess.
Literally
Yeah.
explode. Things are exploding over her head. Things are falling down.
And Mama's performing.
She's
looking around. Her voice is going all scared.
Yes.
She's I don't know what's happening.
no, she's an actress. She's literally she's acting scared. She's acting confused, and then security comes on and takes escorts her off the stage. So everyone's oh my God, this set is literally falling apart or whatever. And obviously your hardcore fans know what's up and they're going crazy. And you see zoom ins of celebrities' faces and they're so concerned. And then curtain goes down, she pops back up totally fine, and it was literally amazing. And honestly, I think it's better if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen the music video, because it's what's going on, and then it's oh, she ate.
She said, "You're about to be gooped and gagged."
Literally.
What? Oh my God! Sorry. You know how I was saying I've been watching international seasons of Drag Race?
Yes.
There's this awfully performed song in Canada too, where oh God, they had this character called Reveliana in a musical. Well, in a rusical, as they call them.
I love a good musical.
Of course. And so Eve 6000, our lovely queen performing Reveliana, she says in this song, "You were gooped and gagged. You never seen it coming. Never seen it coming." And I just it lives in the back of my brain. Okay, it's so painful because I have all these awful Drag Race references that I want to make in daily conversation and nobody understands.
No, I literally, okay, here's the thing. I've seen every season of Drag Race and All Stars a million times over.
Yes!
But I don't have access to the international ones.
Ma'am, I have WoW Presents Plus. I pay $50 yearly for it.
What is it called?
WoW Presents Plus.
Okay,
World
I was
of
going to
Wonder.
say, I literally got, I have 2 separate subscriptions that were solely for
Probably Paramount and
Drag Race. Paramount and
MTV at one point, maybe.
it was MTV and Paramount.
Literally.
And that's all I did. For literally, my mom, I couldn't eat a meal without having Drag Race on.
I am the same way, and it is really depressing.
I think it's a problem, but I mean,
Well, and I
I
also
still have
just think-
social skills.
Oh yeah. Well, we're kind of iPad baby generation, not so bad, but like I grew up every single time I have a free second, if I'm like probably like eating a meal, I'm pulling out my phone and I'm watching a commentary video or something, you know?
Yes,
So
I need
now-
stimulation.
Literally. So now I like don't process that I've had a meal unless I'm watching something during it. So I like have to, or else I have like problems around it, which not to get into ED territory, but
Okay.
she's messy.
Nope.
We're doing the little fingers.
That's
between
why I
things.
started watching TV while I ate.
because
I had to be distracted and not.
overanalyzing.
Yes, that got so real so fast.
It seems we might have ran out of time, Miss Naya. I want to thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This was literally so fun. Like, best way to spend my evening.
Entirely. I didn't recognize that we were so similar. But,
No, I know.
I might have to have you on again sometime.
So we might have to, like, hang out.
Oh, that'd be awful.
You're
We'd,
like, no, let's not go that
bond."
far.
Imagine. I'm just like, anyway, so thank you for.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything going on for you soon?
So I do have a podcast coming as well, and
Crazy.
you guys can catch Turner on that in a few weeks also. It's called Unserious, and it's a podcast by Nia Davis. All things like self-help, life problems, because we will get deep on that. We will
and
talk about our
I can be a deep girl. I'm not always a giggle gaggle.
see. And we can do that too. So
And we
yeah,
can. We're
and this will be our little like
multifaceted.
funsy moment, and then we'll go over to like. So what's your childhood trauma? When your dad tried to name you TJ. Okay, but yes, seriously, thank you so much. I had such a blast, and it was so fun getting to hang out with you and all of the lovely viewers.
Absolutely. So thank you for listening. This is the end of my first episode of No Need to Scroll. And come back in 2 weeks for our second episode. Thanks so much.